Okay, hey everyone. So here we are for a video on the Corsair. It's been a while since I've done anything on the Corsair in terms of any updates or anything, but I will start to work on the gear once again now that I'm taking a break from enhancing my Tyrant capes. Well, annoying 14th star. So yeah, I'll just run you through, well, pretty much lay out the groundwork before we get into actually upgrading stuff. So this is my range at the moment, unbuffed. We do have quick draw on, so let's just turn that off. That didn't really affect it anyway. So yeah, it's at an okay position right now. I'd like to get it over 1 mil and up towards 2 mil, but yeah, as you can see from the equip tab, there are a number of things missing at the moment. So I've only got 2 of my 4 in-game rings at the moment. So yeah, that'll be something I'd like to work on fixing. I don't have the pocket item, and I don't have an attack heart, and I don't have tyrant shoes. So I'm going to work on those tyrant shoes eventually. I was just like weighing up what options I have in terms of either buying another set for raises and moving the 12-star ones over to Aussie style, because I was looking at buying some 15-star Tyrant shoes, but I've decided not to because I had to go buy something else instead with that money. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll probably use one of my mules that I've been collecting Magnus coins on during my Magnus runs. I've got my Kana has a few 5-star equip enhancements, as well as enough coins to buy Tyrant shoes, so I might do that. But yeah, so I will be working on moving those onto the Corsair eventually. It's just about getting the NX together to do it, because I'm trying to step back with the amount of NX that I'm spending on things in general. So I think I've mentioned it before, I'm not buying shops or anything like that. As you can see, I haven't even bought a pendant slot for this character because all it's been doing is training. As you can see, it's 221. I can't remember the last level that it was on last time I did a video, but I'm pretty sure it was below 220 at that time. So yeah, going through the equips, I got this hog totem from the hunting event that just recently ended. It was probably the best item I got, other than I got the hog tooth as well, which is the pocket item that goes with that totem, but I also got the bear trap, and as you can see, the bear trap is slightly better. So once I have enough level 30 charm and a rose equip, I'll put that on and it'll give me some extra range, so that'll be good. And yeah, just the other 2 Sengoku high totems, I don't actually mind the effect. Having just 2 of them, it looks more even, having 1 on each side, and then having the crafting guy there, which it's pretty cool. But yeah, I need to get around to crafting cubes again. It's just more about finding those fragments cheap enough to actually make it worth making those cubes. So yeah, going through the actual equips, this is my old Dex ring that I had on low fat that I've had lying around, so I just moved it on here, and yeah, it's something that I'll replace with I've got 2 Golux rings coming. I was looking at buying an LGR, but I don't see the point in it, since I'm not really going for the all-out fantastic on this character. So I'd rather just have the Golux rings are still good. So I've got a solid ring here that I was waiting to see what I'd do with it in terms of either swapping it with erasers and using prime scrolls on it, but I don't have any prime scrolls for accessory at the moment. I've got some armor ones and some attack ones, but other than that, I don't really have enough to really qualify using. I think I need 4 of them. Yeah, so it's a little bit difficult, because I don't want to buy them from people, from getting them from Marvel. I think I had the last ones I used on my LGR, that was about it. And yeah, so I'll move on. Again, all of these rings don't have the correct potential on them. I've just really scrolled them and equipped them, so I'll be looking to enhance them and cube them as we go on in terms of making videos. So I'll be making Master Craftsman cubes and Meister cubes, and yeah, that should go pretty well. Now, same with this ring, it's only got 6% dex on it, but it's unique. I haven't really been cubing it. I've been trying to get things like the reinforced ring, the Soul Golux ring, and the Sweetwater tattoo, which has 7% dex on it, but as you can see, it's still not better than the branch nose, since nothing's really been done to it. And again, it comes down to the availability of prime scrolls. So I can't remember how many I had on low fat, and now that they're tradable, I might look around on my other characters and see if I just got random ones on mules, because I remember they used to give us them from a certain box. Like, you'd open it and you'd get a random scroll, so maybe I have some accessories lying around. I have another pendant here, and as you can see, the range that it adds on, so the actual range on the Corsair at the moment isn't the true range, since I don't have all the correct things equipped. So yeah, we'll move on to the other stuff. Evolving ring, again, it's going to be replaced. It's just, I just had all this stuff lying around, so I just threw it all together. Really, it just needed enough range to train. Spirit pendant, which I need to extend the time on. So it's got 3 months left on it, but I might forget. The potential has changed on this gun, as you may tell. I lost the int on it, and I think I've got the screenshot around here somewhere. I'll include it in the video when I'm editing it. And yeah, so I used a black cube on it, just one of the random ones from the reward shop, and it's really frustrating because whenever you think, oh, I'm going to record cubing this, you don't get any good stats. But the moment you do it off camera, it does something good. So originally I think I had 35% boss and 30% boss, first line, second line, and then percent int for the third line. So I used the black cube and I'm like, oh, let's just try to get rid of this int. It's really frustrating, and it does that. So I lost 5% boss damage, but I gained 12% total damage, which is, I think, if you compare it to 6% attack, is what it's equal to. So it's still pretty beneficial. I bought a Magnificent Magnus Soul off Marksman Brian, so thank you for that, and I've attached it because this is the character that I'm actually going to be running Dojo on, since I'd have to get 15-star Pirate Tyrant gloves, so it's not really worth doing. So yeah, I've got rank 10 Dojo gloves on at the moment, which is just better than my all stat and SC gloves. They're 40 attack, but still pretty nice. So yeah, Tyrant Belt, this is the old one from the Corsair, from low fat obviously, since it's item tagged as well. I don't really, well, I might scroll it with something depending on, again, what I have my hands on. But yeah, it really should just stay as that. I might get it up to 10 stars eventually, it just depends if I can get my hands on more no-booms or not. The hat, 31 attack, it's not really worth resetting, even though, all stat is a little bit better. I don't have, as I've been saying constantly, it feels like in this video, I don't have the prime scroll, so I'm just going to leave it as is. There's no point in changing it. Really old equipped, the branch nose. I want to replace this because this will be better once it's scrolled, either with just the normal Sweetwater scrolls or prime scrolls, depending on what I can find. And yeah, obviously with the it has the potential of getting at legendary lines of 10%, so it'll definitely be better than this. So yeah, I've got a few good ones on erasers at the moment. Rack mask, again, I need to get Sweetwater glasses. I think I blew mine up when I was enhancing the ones on erasers, so I used the ones that I had on here to fill the slot for the equip trace, as you can see here. That's what it looks like when you blow something up. Yeah, so top 15% dex altogether, 2% and 2% again. I might go about replacing all these nebs as well. It's really hard having two characters to focus on, where I'm doing stuff on erasers and then I just kind of push the stuff with the Corsair to the side. So yeah, all of this stuff, it does need a little bit of love and care, but yeah, it's certainly, if you compare it to like something that's like a bit out of shape and just needs to be molded properly just to make it perfect. So yeah, it's certainly got the a good ground to build on. So the boss damage is nice. The percent defense ignore could be better, but again, that's because I'm not wearing the Golux pendants, and that would increase it a little bit more, as well as the attack that I'm missing and the HP as well. But yeah, moving on, the pants. Yeah, I've got a lot of percent strength gear at the moment. My Tyrant cape on erasers just went 12 strength, 6% all stat, when I was trying to get a good start on it, but I figure I'll just leave it at that because it, strength is still good for the Xenon. I'm going to replace these boots as I've discussed. Earrings, they need a little bit of love and care, but they've got 9% on it, so I don't really need to change it. There's more things that require cubing other than that. Shoulder, it's pretty good. I think, yeah, I scrolled this thing and it got up to, I think I just chucked a couple of random cogs on it, chaos scrolls of goodness, and it went up to 15 attack, so it's pretty nice. It needs some dex on the unique potential and on the, well, it's got a 3% all stat nib on it, so no, don't really need to change that. 6% attack on the gold leaf emblem. Again, like, there's all this, epic and unique stuff that I've got at the moment, so I'm really honestly waiting for a miracle time, and then I might actually buy some cubes as well, depending on what I've got going at the time and whether it's actually worth any deals that they've got running. But yeah, there's a lot of bonus potential that needs to be done as well. Again, epic, 6% dex. It's just really, that's the kind of thing that you go for when you're first building a character. You just aim for epic and a line of dex or whatever your main stat is before building on it, because there's no point in getting something to like 6 or 9% of a stat and then cubing for like another line of dex when it might just be another 3 or another 6, whereas you could just get that more easily on another equip and then move on. So that's how this range is sort of like that at the moment, because I've just gone for little bits of dex and attack all over the place, and then you build them up and then the range starts to increase again. So I think this is a cool way of gearing up a character, because I've showed how it is on erasers and previously low fat, where I just kept chucking money at the screen getting every equip up, whereas now it's just sort of you just use the in-game cubes, which I think have a less likelihood of tearing up and everything, so you just use it to get small increments of dex or your main stat, whatever it might be, and yeah, it'll get there eventually. This is probably one of the only equips that I don't really need to do much to in terms of potential. Bonus potential, I'd like to get some % attack on it, or some % boss or PDR, and it needs a PDR neb on it. Since I've got enough boss, I'm going to put a PDR neb on it if I can come across one. So yeah, that's like one of the equips along with the gun that doesn't need much attention. And again, on the gun, I'd like to get some % attack or % boss, but bonus cubes, I might, they're a little bit more difficult to do, so I might, down the track, just buy some for 1 week, since it's harder to do than the other stuff. And then finally, the cape. This thing is pretty much done. I would love to get it up to about 10 stars as well, because it's got some nice potential on it, and yeah, it just needs a little bit more attack. But yeah, so that's really the groundwork of what we're looking at in terms of the Corsair. Its legendary ability, I've been going for +1 attack speed, but since I'm not sure if I discussed this, but Xenon did something really dumb when they updated the Corsair recently. With Brain Scrambler, that was the skill that I was looking at that made me attracted to the Corsair again, because of the damage it does to boss, the % ignore that it has, the critical hits in a row, the chance to KO normal mobs. The 5% cooldown was the only negative about it, and when they said that they were changing the hyper skills for Corsairs, they said they were removing the passive skill that removed, not the passive skill, the skill boost here. So in this category here, they had removed 5%, the 5-second cooldown. So then you could just spam the skill if you wanted to. So that's why I was going for decent SI as well as the +1 attack speed. So then it would make it a really fast skill. It would almost make it like Xenon Snipe, so it would be a really good skill to use. They added in this boss rush, so they gave us 20% extra boss damage, but they removed the option to have the cooldown skill removed, but they left the cooldown on the actual skill. So it doesn't make sense why they did that, because rapid fire will always be better than Brain Scrambler, because you don't want to be sitting there attacking a boss waiting every 5 seconds to use your main skill. Yeah, you can add it in with rapid fire and whatever else you're doing, but it might slow you down regardless. So yeah guys, that's really it for this video. I'll get into making some cubes this week, so we have some cubing to watch next week. And yeah, that's I need to look at getting a attack heart finally, but I've got more weapon attack scrolls for prime scroll, so I can make a heart. It's just I need to come across a barrel heart or something. I don't want to go too extravagant since it's just the Corsair. It's just my little hobby side project. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and keep an eye out for the next video. Alright, see you guys later.